Hello again, or if you have just joined us, welcome to the Canting Club. This week's wine is a red from an unexpected place, the Spanish holiday island of Tenerife. This close to the equator, it ought to be too hot to produce fine wine, but Tenerife is basically one enormous volcano, the mighty and still active Mount Teide, highest mountain in Spain, and it makes its own weather. This wine comes from vineyards half a kilometre up on the northern flank of the mountain, where it's obviously a lot cooler than it is down on the beaches. These vineyards are planted largely to the local variety Listan Negro, also with a little bit of Tintilla, another local variety, mixed in. These are some of the oldest vines in Europe, many of them over a century old. Listan Negro is noted for its pale colour, but this wine is still a vivid medium ruby. It's also noted for its highly aromatic qualities, and those are present in spades. It's quite wild and funky, but not as much as it was when it was first opened, when it had the farmyardy qualities you often associate with natural wine. These are reductive aromas, and they usually go away with air, as they did in this case. If you're smelling that farmyardiness, slosh the wine back and forward between a couple of glasses and then give it 5 minutes air. You'll find they subside a lot. This bottle was opened over a day ago and they've completely gone. It still smells pretty wild and pungent though. It's quite a lot like Northern Rhone's Syrah, with that inky, dusty, herby thing, pungent, going on in the back of the nose. It's very spicy, with lots of cracked black pepper lying over red cherry fruit. I can't detect any oak on this, but I can get fascinatingly feral hints of sticky plaster, almost germaline, and a little touch of volatile acidity in there too, adding to the character and complexity of the thing. It doesn't smell like wine you'd find on a supermarket shelf. Terrific. It tastes a bit Northern Rhone too, with inky, dusty cherry and bramble and blood orange fruit. That blood orange thing is probably down to the very fresh acidity in here, bringing citrus flavours to mind. Underneath those fruits are minerally notes of earth and iron. Despite the intensity of those fruit flavours, the wine is no more than medium bodied, which comes as a big surprise given its 13.5% alcohol. The tannins on this are very stealthy and very fine. You don't notice them, and that contributes to the lightness of the feel, but they do add great structure to the wine. The only place you notice the alcohol actually is on the finish, where there's a touch of warmth that reveals it. The finish is very peppery again, with a smoky note, and it really lasts. Quality winemaking. I may have overplayed the feral nature of this wine, based on its undoubted funkiness when the bottle was first opened. But air has tamed this beast, though it still retains an engaging rustic quality. The style reminds me a little of a Cru Beaujolais, like a Morgon, with the lightness of body, the exuberance of the fruit flavours and the very aromatic nose. But those scents and flavours themselves are much more like an unoaked cool climate Syrah from the Northern Rhone, like say a Saint-Joseph or a Crozet-Hermitage. But I may be doing this wine a disservice by comparing it to more famous ones, because this is really distinctive. It's a wine with a real sense of place. It tastes of the land it comes from, and not of some by-the-numbers winemaking designed to produce whatever the marketing men say will sell. It's a great argument, actually, for old vines, local varieties, and the sort of sensitive and hands-off winemaking needed to get the best out of both. Cheers.